Hey, welcome to Scrapyard Choppers. I'm Ronnie Danger. TJ will be in the next clip. Today we build one of the craziest bicycles you've ever seen, I guarantee it. Definitely stick around to the end to see if we can actually ride it. So, we'll get it all ripped apart and then start cutting. We're actually going to do backwards on this. We're going to start with the front forks. We're going to build some crazy forks. And that's kind of going to decide what this bike is going to be. We know we want the seat like right here. And we know we want everything as low as possible. We're going to build the lowest possible bicycle we can. So actually we might not even need to cut. We're talking about moving the seat down. We might not even have to do that if we lean everything forward. But we're just going to get it taken apart, cut apart, go from there. Okay, like I was saying, we're going to start with the forks. These are the forks that came off it. Which, I think we should start with these ones, what do you think? Because these thin ones would match up to this a little bit better. So, here's what we're going to do. The forks come down like this. That's all cool and whatnot. TJ here wants to take it to another level. And make them come out like this. Here, we'll lay them down. So we're talking about taking like some forks and welding that to that, and then like another pair coming back like that. Is that what you're thinking? Or you want them out a little farther? Well, you gotta make them fit inside. We're gonna cut them.
Kind of just like this. Somehow make that tire so it comes out.
Oh, you want to go out farther? Remember, the farther you get them out flat from this, like this, if we get the wheel out to here, we got to think of a rake. And the rake is like, here's where our handlebars are going to be to here. So this angle here, the farther we get it out, the worse it steers. But definitely, like, if we take it up like this, and like this, is that kind of what you were thinking?
Yeah.
So I think we use these forks for the wheel to sit in. So it's coming from the bottom. Grab a marker. So yeah, this is gonna be crazy. There's other people who've done stuff like this. We're doing nothing completely original here, but so if we hold it together and pick it up, it's gonna put our front tire way out there. Gives us a lot more to weld to. We got the back part we can weld on. This side we're going to squeeze it down so it fits on here better. Obviously we got to get the paint off first, but we're going to have to put this all together and put the wheel on it too and make sure everything's going to clear.
Seriously, a 5-inch drop.
That's how it has to be. Alright, next part. Yeah? Is that kind of what you were envisioning?
Yeah.
And then all we gotta do, get this lined up here, cut that off there to match it. So we can weld that to that, tack it up here to that, and then we'll put the wheel on here. That's gonna be sweet. Alright, everything's cleaned up. Now we gotta put it together so it's actually square. And the way we're gonna do this is actually just tack it up and kind of manipulate it after we tack it. Hold it right there. Missed. Missed more. Feel tack on this. Alright, tacked together. Let's see how crooked it is. They need to be pulled apart. Hold the top of the forks. Not really. This side needs to come down, doesn't it? I mean, the wheel's not straight.
Look straight on this way, it looks straight.
But it doesn't help these forks are a little bent. Grab the pliers. Where's the pliers? Right there. And those ones. Yeah, this one needs to go down more. Just like a little tiny bit more. Yep, this side needs to go down. Okay. See this fork, this side of the fork is up higher than that. It's got everything shifted. So all I'm gonna do is take my grinder and trim off this edge and then clamp these back together. There we go. Nice and strong. One set of forks, done ski. Everything you ever dreamed of. Alright, forks are done. Now we move on to the rest of the bike. So we gotta decide how we're cutting this bike apart because it's getting cut apart. What do you think about we cut it off here above the kickstand. I'm going to cut this off right here. To actually be up higher. And then we have this bar come straight out. So this will be the bottom bar of the bike. And we'll do this part first, and then what we'll do is we'll come in here, cut this off, and then smush this down so it's like here. So then the seat will be right here. What do you think? So we got a mark here, there. So the hope is the bottom of this tube will be 3 inches off the ground. It's a good height. You go over curves, you don't bottom out a lot, but it's still gonna look low. So I measured up 4.5 inches, because this is 1.5 inches. So we're gonna cut that off there, cut that off here, and this is gonna come back and meet these. So it'll be welded to there, and then we're gonna cut this off here after we get this bottom part done and everything straight and level and whatnot. And we're gonna bring this bar probably down to about here. So our seat will be below the tire. Any good burrito, the seats and the neck and everything need to be below the tires. Our neck might be above the tires a little bit just because the angle we got just can't be perfect, but it's gonna be cool. Alright, we got it mocked up with 3 inches, this 3 inches off the ground, and I'm kind of thinking it needs to be 2 inches because it's a 20-inch bike. Normally we build 26s and we go 3 inch. I think it needs to be 2 inch. What do you think? Do you think it's up too high? Oh, that's better. Definitely. You want to go lower? What was that, 1.5 inches? 1.5 inches off the ground. So here's what we're going to want to do next. I'm going to bring you in and show you. This needs to go up to here. So we need to trim off these inside edges and bring it in. We got to do this evenly so this tube fits evenly here so we can make everything straight. So what we need to do is mark the center of this and the center of this so we can line them up. Same thing with this. If we get the tube centered on here, which we're pretty close to actually right now, and then that makes everything straight. After we get this tacked up, or welded up actually, we're just going to fully weld it afterwards. We'll move this down, cut this off, and then the back of the bike will be done, and the forks will be done, and then we can lay it on its side with board to mark like ground level, and then we'll mock up the frame in between. Alright, all welded up. I put some really thick welds on it so we could actually just clean it up with the grinder, and it'll look halfway decent. I welded a piece of plate on the bottom there, kind of to box it all in to make it even stronger. Yeah, I don't think that's going anywhere. So the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to come in here with the grinder and cut these off and shove it down and try to keep it straight while we do it. Alright. This is a critical moment right here. I need you around the back side, back where you were. Hold that wheel straight. More, or is that good? Is that too far?
Yeah.
Remember, your seat's gonna be right here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Alright, we're gonna have to cut some of this off. So we need a C-clamp. We clamp this back together. We got fire. We just accidentally set this on fire.
Where's that bucket?
Throw it in the sink and turn the water on. Or just take it outside and let it go out. Oops. That sucks. That was a lot of steel wool we just wasted.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you got a fire starter now.
Yeah, there we go. Alright. She's cut off. It's not perfect, but it's good enough for mock-up. We'll come back and trim it up and make it straight. So this is the funnest part. We got the bike laid out. That's ground. As you can see, it's going to be really low. So we just kind of go around the shop and find tubes. Let me say a yellow one. And this is the design we came upon. We moved a bunch of stuff around a whole bunch of times. And we got a bunch of pipes laying up there we tried. This is pretty much what we settled on. It's definitely crazy. So we even mocked up the fenders, front and back. Not sure if that's where the crank's gonna end up being, but that's what we're thinking. So it took a lot of thought. What do you think?
Yeah, I was thinking about that when I was sandblasting this thing.
Yeah, TJ went and sandblasted all the pipes. Ran out of memory yesterday. Hopefully you got to see enough of this planning process, but yeah, this is what we come up with. Super low, pretty dang different. We'll see how we're gonna weld it together. More than likely what we're gonna do is put it on the table. I don't know. We're just gonna start winging it. It's pretty much how we always do it. We'll get that square on the table, then tack this pipe up, get it square, kind of bring it all together. Okay, one cut at a time. Here's where I'm thinking we're gonna start. Let me see that marker. Yep, we'll start. He's gonna go cut this first, and then that'll tell us where that's gotta be next. That turned out pretty good. Alright. Squeeze, no, squeeze it together. Take this over and put it in the vise and squeeze it together so it fits to this tube. Try that. Definitely squeezed it down.
That did.
Oh yeah.
Not close.
Need a little more angle back there. We can mark that off now and you can cut these ends. Or we can just weld these pipes on and then lay it back down and cut it for the neck. So what I need you to do is notch this bottom out. Take it over and use it on the grinder and grind it down like that, and then kind of square it up a little more on the bench grinder. Sorry, I'm gonna do something a little different. What I'm gonna do is measure this. Push the top down a little more. Push the top down. Top down. Back a little. So now I know this is square to the ground, and this bar is going down, and that makes that square to the ground. I don't know if this is gonna work. And that's inside there. I'm gonna miss on my tack weld. We're just gonna see what that gets us. I have no idea if that's gonna work or not. So while that's all square here, let's try it with this. Yeah, we're just going over a crack. That's not gonna mess us up at all. Well, let's just see if this is straight. It's off a little bit, but not. Straight now. That was actually really close. That actually worked really well. I can't believe how good that worked. I mean, it's quality, right? I was thinking about just welding it right here, but I think we leave it like that so they look like they're just two tubes resting against each other. I think that looks cooler. So, got a tack there. Everything looks pretty straight. I'm gonna put a second tack on his. What we need to do now, get the table cleared off, put this on the table, and we're gonna use the square just to check it, but I think it's pretty good. Alright, we're gonna do some guesstimation. Make sure that looks square. Hold that straight. Yep, that's square to there. Close. Here, I'll make you crooked too. So now everything's crooked. Does it look straight?
In the back it does.
Looks pretty straight up here too. Alright, I think we're there. So these two spots I'm going to weld up completely. Hopefully nothing moves. And then we're going to put the neck on. For that we're going to set it back down over there. Mark where we're going to cut it. Cut these two pipes. Cut these two pipes where the neck's going to be. Weld the neck on. Put it together. And then he'll sit on it, and then we're going to figure out where the pedals are going to go. And maybe kind of quick estimate on handlebars. We messed up. These bars are sitting way way too far down this way. So we're gonna have to do is take the grinder and make a cut to the top side of this and the top side of this, and then hopefully it'll move it up enough. And hopefully we can do this without getting the tubes out of shape. So probably got to put it back on the table, stand it straight up and down to do this so the tubes don't want to go side to side. Awesome. Always got to mess something up. This is the hardest part. I gotta cut this really straight. I wouldn't have welded everything up already. I'm doing this. TJ's not the most experienced on the grinder, so I can cut straighter. It's pretty straight up and down. Normally when you do this you want to have a little bit of a rake, but because of them forks, it's kind of got to be like this. The more straight up and down we get this, the easier it should be to steer. I'll mark the top of it. Welder. Alright, our issue is it's going up. So to fix that, we need to cut that back off, put the bottom bar at the bottom of the head tube, and then it'll be the way it is, which sucks because we got it right. It's crazy. It sucks we gotta cut it back off. But yeah, we'll just move that down. We'll bring it back in once it's welded and ready for mock-up. I'm trying to get the idea where we're going. We'll mock it up, figure out where the crank's got to go, get the crank in it, and then make a chain. And TJ here might be going for a ride today. All right, now that everything's welded up, we got a lot of figuring to do. That is not gonna work.
I was just saying
Put your hands up where they would be. No. Extend them out. Right there. That wouldn't be too bad. But that's not what we're looking at. Put your feet down. That's about perfect, isn't it? So, what we gotta do is trim these off. Then we know we just slide this tube up into here. And it's good to go. Yeah. 2 inches off the ground?
Yeah.
Alright. Cool beans. So, yeah, I like that too. Gotta cut this piece off then. And then stick it on, get it straight, weld this on. Being lower might help the chain situation. Yeah. Maybe. It's gonna be some figuring to run the chain on this one. We always build the bike and figure the chain out later, because we can make the chain go just about any which way we want. Cool. Okay, pull it back apart, cut that piece off. Well, it's definitely going underneath. That's fine. Pull tight. Say hit. I can't see here in the way.
Hold that. Yeah. Not bad.
Oh, we could make that work.
That'll work.
Yeah. That's simple enough. And that's all the way back too. When it comes forward, it's going to be down farther.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll work. Cool. I guess TJ's going to whip us up a chain real fast. Then we're just some handlebars away from riding. Alright, TJ's first ride with handlebars that are way too small.
Yeah, the seat closed.
And the seat's very loose.
Handbars are easy to do it. I'll build it. Yeah, it is going to be a gift to be used to. I think we're going to need 8 hangers.
You need 8 hangers?
Yeah, for weight distribution.
You don't think a set of low bars would work? Bringing them back to you?
I mean,
Alright, just put some real bars on it and some in a seat. We'll ride it tomorrow. Alright, well TJ's trying out our set of bars. Let's see how they work. I was actually riding it. It has brakes.
it's not hooked up.
I think they need to be taller. They're still hunched over. Lift your hands up where they're going to be comfortable. Up. Up, 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 up. Can you turn it around in here?
Huh?
Can you turn it around in here while you're riding it?
Probably not.
No. The answer to that question is no.
Need parking lot. Ride's nice though. Ride's smooth.
Here, let me try it.
Oh gosh. I'm gonna change the seat.
The seat swiveling is just killing me.
Well, the seat throw you off and it's not attached.
I know. I'm just saying. Kind of feels like a hard piece of wood. The seat is killing me. It's definitely built for you and not me.
Yeah.
I'll try it again after the seat's bolted down. As you can see, it's pretty much done. We're gonna make a little bracket for the front fender, drill a little hole in the back fender, and TJ here has about 1,000,000 hours of grinding ahead of him. What do you think? Are you excited?
Yeah. The paint job is gonna take the most time.
Yeah, I'll bring it. We'll do a part 2 so you can just see the paint job. I don't want to bore you with sanding and grinding and sanding and grinding that he has ahead of him. Well, tell him the colors at least.
No, I'm not revealing that yet.
Okay. Well, you have to stick around to find out. So, but that's it for this episode of Scrap Air Choppers. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.